Guys, welcome back to another episode of
Weather the Storm.
I'm your boy Vince.
And I'm your girl Shannon.
And this week we are talking about protecting your garden from the storms of distraction.
That's right, you guys. Over the past few weeks, we've had conversations with you about weathering the storm of uncertainty, making sure you and your spouse find that superpower and use it to forward your relationship into greatness. And we also had a conversation with you about
what's important to you.
It's important to me. But we wanted to make sure as we enter into the holiday seasons and into 2021 that you guys have some tools to help you protect your garden from distractions.
So guys, yes, distractions can be a person, a place, or a thing.
A noun, honey.
A noun. Or a verb. It could be what you do.
Ooh. Now you teaching good preaching.
You could be a distraction.
Ooh. Now you preaching good preaching.
I'm going to send an offering plate around for that one.
Right. So yeah, like my husband said, like distractions can be any of those things, and it's important for you to protect your garden from those. So we encourage you to grab a copy of our book, Weathering the Storm devotional, because we actually did a deep dive into protecting your garden, and it's actually on page number 38. So make sure you go to our website at vinceandshannon.com, grab a copy of the Weathering the Storm devotional, and make sure you guys read up on how we protect our garden from storms.
So the first distraction that we're going to go over is comparisons and competitiveness. Right? You don't want to compare or compete with another couple. Not because you can't hang with them.
That's right.
But because it just brings a negative, unwanted stress onto your marriage and your relationship that is unneeded. It's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary.
So don't compete with other people. Don't compete with the Joneses. Don't compare yourself to the grass on their side. Because even though it might look greener, you don't know what it took to get that grass greener.
That's right.
All right. So you might not want that testimony that they have.
Then you better preach. Because we don't know the test that they experienced to have that testimony. So just thank God that they're doing well and they are successful and that God is blessing your neighbor. Because if he's blessing your neighbor,
he's in the neighborhood.
Amen, somebody.
All right, guys. So comparison and competitiveness, right? It's not good. Don't do it. We're going to move on.
Right, but before we move on, babe, I just wanted to say he's right. I would not encourage couples to compete with other couples and compare yourself. What I would encourage couples to do, however, is find a plan, figure out what it is that you guys want to do, and then be competitive in life as a couple. Don't be competitive with people. Again, you don't know what it took for them to be you don't know the test to get that testimony. So we just pray and ask God, okay, what are you calling us to do? How can we be more successful in life? How can we accomplish the goals that we want, the things that we're dreaming of and compete that way?
Yes, definitely. Compete with yourselves also. Compete with yourself today to yourself a year from now or a year ago. Compete with that person in that couple.
Right, because whether it's not every single year, we're like, okay, so these are the things that we did this year. This is how we were successful. What did we accomplish? What can we do next year? Our plans don't include nobody else.
Nobody but us.
That's right.
Shannon have us doing vision boards. That about.
And you know what?
And it worked. I ain't even mad. It worked. It worked. The vision board worked.
Pass, baby.
I can't even be mad at that.
Don't be mad.
All right. So the next distraction, people.
All right. I'm gonna take this one.
Please.
Okay. So you guys, I really wanted to talk about, the people around you. I know a lot of you may feel like whether or not know a lot of people, we hang out with a lot of people, we have a lot of friends, but the truth of the matter is we really don't. In our inner circle, it's only a few people that are really, really close to us. And you think about it, in the Bible, Christ had 12 disciples around him. He had people around him, but when he went to the Garden of Gethsemane, how many people did he have, baby?
Was it one? How many? It was 10 slots on the Pistons, so how many people was in the...
He had 3. So guys, remember, Christ may have had 12 people around him, but when it came time for business, he only had 3 people in his circle. So you think about the people in your inner circle and make sure they're for you. So be careful and be mindful of the storm or the distraction of people. Not everybody can be in your inner circle.
Yes. All right, guys. So the next one is criticizing one another and being intentional in having critical conversations.
So I would say this, you guys, sometimes it's not the people, it's not the things outside of your marriage, it's not anything or anybody is you, boo.
you and your words.
Sometimes in relationships, we can be so critical of each other. We can be super critical, and it's not okay. It's not fun. It's not fair. And quite frankly, you really should be mindful of how you talk to your spouse, and don't be critical or criticizing.
Yeah, nobody likes
be
that.
Complimenting.
Yeah, that's no fun for either party, right? So don't criticize your spouse. Don't criticize others as well.
Yeah.
Because then that's going to turn back on you. That worm head will turn quickly.
That's right.
Right, so don't criticize each other, but do have critical conversations.
Yeah.
Right, the tough conversations. The conversations talking about saving money.
Yeah.
And where we want to go at the next level. And if we want to be exclusive with each other. We're going to be exclusive, babe?
We not exclusive?
Oh, my bad. I thought we were exclusive. Okay.
Boy, bye. Like, so for singles, if you decide, like, hey, are we going to take this relationship to the next level? That's a critical conversation.
Have that conversation. Don't just assume. Have that. Hey, I want to talk about, taking our relationship to the next level.
That's right.
And I just wanted to be just me and you.
But you didn't do that with me, though.
But you understood. She knew the vibes. She knew what was up. You know what I'm saying?
I knew what's up.
You knew what was up. Your boy got it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God. Whatever, baby.
All right.
So, guys, thank you so much for sharing with us. Before we end, we're going to just do a short recap so that you understand the importance of protecting your garden from distraction.
All right. So the first distraction is comparisons and competitiveness.
That's right, you guys. Don't compare or compete with other couples. Remember.
Compare, compete with yourself.
And
I don't know.
well,
lean
I'll
and lay.
share. The great point
Do
that
thing?
yeah, lean and lay. Y'all remember? But remember, babe, you said we don't know the test it took to have that testimony.
Oh yeah, you might not want that testimony that they have. You might not be built for that.
That's right.
They built for that.
Because you know what? Like, that storm could take you out, but
Exactly.
they were able to weather it. So just thank God for them,
And move on. Like we about to do. The next distraction. People.
Right. Go ahead.
Oh, I take it. Just pat me on my double pat tap out. All right. All right, the distraction of oh my God. The distraction of tight. Keep your inner circle keep it inner, right? Keep it small. Right? There's only 10 slots on the Pistons. J. Cole said it. So keep yours 10 slots, the ones that you want, the ones that you really need, that you can win with. Okay, you don't need 10, 20, 30 people in your inner circle. I mean, if you need that, then hey, that's for you. If you can handle that many people in your inner circle, then so be it. But for us, it's only a couple of people. So keep that tight and make sure above all that you can glean off of those people and they can glean off of you.
That's good.
Yeah, it's not just a one-sided relationship in your inner circle. Make sure you learn from that and they learn from you.
I agree. We have some really good friends in our life, and they're doing some really big things just with, all the stuff they got going on personally, and it inspires us. So make sure you connect with people who inspire you. Make sure you connect with people who are doing really well. It'll help you be better. It should sharpen you. The Bible says iron sharpens iron. Bam. So what's number 3, baby?
All right, third, do not criticize, but do have critical conversations.
And period, dot.
Period and the dot. Don't criticize others. All right? Don't criticize your spouse. Don't criticize your relationship. Don't criticize whatever you hold near and dear in your garden. Right? But do have critical conversations with that person about whatever that you need to take your relationship or whatever it is in your garden to the next level.
And I would say this, you guys, when you have to have critical conversations, it's going to be tough and challenging because the conversation is tough and challenging. So don't have it during the heated moments. Plan, be intentional, like my husband said, be intentional about when you're going to have these conversations so that you can get the most out of it and produce fruit from it. When you're arguing and fussing and going back and forth with each other, you're not producing fruit and you're not going to reap the benefits of effective communication. So all you need to do really is humble yourself, both you and your spouse, yourself and your spouse, your partner, whoever you're with, because some of you guys are not married, but I would just encourage you, don't have those crucial conversations in the heat of the moment. Calm down, cool off, and then have it, and you'll be all right.
And you'll be all right. Not all right, but all right.
All right.
You'll be all right. All right, guys, that was another successful episode, I would say.
You said it.
Yeah, I would say successful episode. Amen. Amen to that.
Amen.
All right.
Of
weathering the storm. Protecting your garden from distractions. All right, guys, we will see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Hey. Lifestyle and laughter.
You're listening to R&B.
Weathering the Storm podcast with Vince and Shannon.
Thank you for visiting vinceandshannon.com. To catch up on season 1, click the podcast button to be linked to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. To join our relationship enrichment class, grab a copy of the Weathering the Storm devotional, and information regarding our next class will be emailed to you. Thanks again.